So, for today's video, I will share my ACEs of Rizal for my final blog. So, Filipinas dentro de 100 años. The Philippines, a century hence, is a socio-political essay written in four parts, 1889 to 1890, in the magazine of La Solidaridad by Jose Rizal. It is one of the most significant political works of the movement in Spain. Results tracing the circumstances that brought about the awakening of the Filipino and consequently the birth of the Filipino spirit of a nation. He underscores the need of establish a new kind of political relationship between Spain and the Philippines if the former does not wish a total breakup with the latter. Spain is being given a sort of ultimatum, reform or independence. The Philippines, a century hence, is an essay written to forecast the future of the country in 100 years by Jose Rizal. Rizal wrote this essay because he felt that he needed to remind Spain that the circumstances that ushered in the French Revolution could have an effect for here in the Philippines. And the next is por telephone. Por telefono is full of symbolism. It unveils how friars lived their lives and how they gave thanks for the donations given by ilustrados. Rizal wrote this satirical work as a reply to another Father Salvador Front. Father Salvador Front, who masterminded the banning of Rizal's Nole. This work is under the authorship of Dimasalang. Dimasalang, one of the Rizal's pen names. It was published in booklet from in Barcelona 1889. Mariano Ponce Rizal received the printed copies from him. Por telefono. It describes in comical vein a telephone conversation between Father Salvador Front, who was in Madrid, and the Father Provincial of the San Agustin Convent in Manila. By telephone by Dimasalang, Jose Rizal. In this article, Rizal writes as if from the future and with satire and irony condemns the role of the friars in his day. Rizal sent his manuscript to Mariano Ponce, and under his direction, it was published in Barcelona in 1889. Father Salvador Font, who censored Rizal's Noli Me Tangere, occasion des ridicule. And the next is Vision of Fray Rodriguez. La Vision del Fray Rodriguez is a satire depicting a spirited dialogue between the Catholic Saint Augustine and Rodriguez. In this pamphlet, Rizal demonstrated his profound knowledge in religion and his biting satire. Letters to the Young Woman of Malulus, written by Rizal in February 22, 1889. This letter is to praise the young ladies of Malulus for their courage to establish a school where they could learn Spanish despite the opposition of Father Felipe Garcia, a Spanish parish priest of Malulus. Main points of the letter. A Filipino mother should teach her children love of God, fatherland, and mankind. The Filipino mother should be glad, like the Spartan mother, to offer her sons in the defense of the fatherland. A Filipino woman should know how to preserve her dignity and honor. A Filipino woman should educate herself aside from retaining her good racial values. Faith is not merely reciting long prayers and wearing religious pictures. And the next is Sobrella and Delancia de los Filipinos. Sobrella and Delancia de los Filipinos on the Indolence of the Filipinos in Spanish is a socio-political essay published in La Solidaridad in Madrid 1890. It was written by Rizal as a response to accusation of injury or Malay indolence. He admits the existence of indolence among the Filipinos, but it could be attributed to a number of reasons. He traces its causes to factors such as the climate and social disorders. He defends the Filipinos by saying that they are by nature not indolent, because in fact, even before the arrival of Spaniards, Filipinos have been engaged in economic activities such as agriculture and trade. Indolence, therefore, has more deeply rooted causes such as abuse and discrimination. And the next is Noli Me Tangere. Introduction to Jose Rizal Noli Me Tangere. Written in Spanish and published in 1887, Jose Rizal Noli Me Tangere played a crucial role in the political history of the Philippines. Drawing from experience, the conventions of the 19th century novel and the ideals of European liberalism, Rizal offered up a devastating critique of a society under Spanish colonial rule. The plot revolves around Crisostomo Ibarra, mixed-race heir of a wealthy clan, returning home after 7 years in Europe and filled with ideas on how to better the lot of these countrymen. Striving for reforms, he is confronted by an abusive ecclesiastical hierarchy and a Spanish civil administrations, by turns indifferent and cruel. The novel suggests through plot developments that meaningful change in this context is exceedingly difficult if not impossible. And the last one is El Filibusterismo. Juan Crisostomo Ibarra has changed his name and identity to reach Jeweler Simon. In this guise, he travels the world amassing wealth, which he intends to use to topple the corrupt and abusive regime in his native land. But Simon's real motive is personal. He wants to rescue his beloved Maria Clara from the convent and avenge the death of his father. In a forest on Christmas Eve, medical student Basilio recognizes Simon as the man who helped bury his mother, Sisa, under a tree over 10 years ago. Simon is in the forest to retrieve the gems he buried near Sisa's grave. As the film progresses, all the secrets and intrigues are revealed and the plotter's plan fails. A good Filipino prays through Simon's jewels away, thereby eliminating the greed, violence, and other evils they might have provoked.